Hello, everybody. Welcome back to All Riled Up. Again, we're here, episode 22. I'd like to start this episode with a related Bible verse from Ephesians 6:11. It says, "Put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the schemes of the devil." You see, in this Bible verse, the writer was talking about Patrick Mahomes and the schemes of the Kansas City Chiefs that were stopped, were vanquished in Super Bowl 59. Amen.
Amen.
Yeah, Deshaun. So I'm here. I'm Riley. I'm here with Eunice. How are you, Eunice?
Oh yeah.
Great. Gus, how are you,
They
Gus?
stopped the devil.
Yes, they did. And we're here with Dejan. How are you, Dejan? All right. Great. Yeah, it was now this episode's a little late. I
Who gives a fuck?
yeah,
Yeah.
nobody fucking cares. Like 5 people watch this. Not even. And they're all our friends.
I saw
Yeah,
this.
shamer.
Yeah,
yeah.
so
Well,
he does
wait.
listen.
I saw this NFL tweet.
What the dog?
I want to say like a week ago or something close to that,
Mhm.
where it's like, no matter the era, no matter who's in charge of the league, when it all comes down to it, if there's any division that we can count on for taking down Monarchs, it's the NFC East.
You're goddamn right.
The Cowboys did it to the Steelers. The you-know-who's did it to someone else.
We
And
can't even. He who shall not be named.
And the Eagles did it to the Chiefs.
He who is not inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Hey, but you know what? You know what? The Eagles did it to both. The Chiefs and the Patriots.
Yeah, they did.
The Eagles stopped the Patriots three-peat as well.
Yeah.
Hey, I guess the next time there's an NFL. So does that mean Eagles fans have nothing to look forward to for at minimum another 3 years?
Probably. I mean, I'm sure something will happen like next year, and
What
they'll
if-
just lose all their free agents and be like 10-6.
That's what I'm referring
10
to.
and
Like
7.
they have to be shit all the time until it's time to stop another three-peat.
Yeah, they're just waiting.
I wouldn't
Jalen
mind
Hurts doesn't start playing good football until
Until-
he knows
until-
that he has to lock the fuck in.
I'd like to imagine just like the GM is just like in hibernation again, and as soon as like it's announced, like I don't know, fucking the Chargers. The Chargers have just won a consecutive Super Bowl. They are on path for a three. Like the GM.
Now, see, you lost me when you said Chargers, because
I just tried to think of an AFC team for some reason. That was the first time. Because if I say Bills, fuck you, Riley. If I say Ravens, Gus is on my cock.
I'm gonna be on it too. So anyway, we had the Super Bowl happen. There was some other news, and actually, before we talk about the Super Bowl, I want to go over the NFL Honors Awards because we did our little own awards. And so what?
No. Sorry. Go. Please continue.
So I was figuring we could talk about who won what award, and what we agree with and disagree with. Right off the bat, Coach of the Year, Matt Eberflus, the GOAT. No, I'm just kidding. Assistant Coach of the Year was Ben Johnson. Deserved. He was really good. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Jaden Daniels. Pretty good. Pat Surtain won Defensive Player of the Year. Saquon Barkley won Offensive Player of the Year. He was not there to accept the award. So they played a video that I watched, and I was like, man, this feels kind of awkward for some reason. I don't know why. Comeback Player of the Year was Joe Shiesty, Joe Burrow.
If we disagree with anything, do we just like cut
Yeah,
you
just
off
jump.
and, like,
Yeah, just jump in.
Joe Burrow did not deserve that.
Why
Respectfully.
do you not like who even else was a finalist? I honestly don't even know.
Historically, comeback player of the year has meant one of two things,
Either
right?
injury or you were asked, but the
You
NFL
were either asked your whole career and had like a breakout year, or you had an early injury, came back and dominated. Joe Burrow met neither of those
that's not
descriptions. He should have been
true.
Sam Darnold.
That's not
Should have been
true.
Sam Darnold.
He was injured last year and missed like half of the season.
Yeah, but he wasn't shit last season. It's either
He
a
did
same
he
year
didn't
injury.
get to play. It's not same year injury. It's like prior year. It takes you the whole way out, and then you know he threw for like he had 43 touchdowns, 4,900 passing yards.
He had the best pick for a quarterback.
Yeah, he was great. Like he could have been MVP. I know he said he deserved MVP, but you know you got to be on a team that at least wins most of your games.
You gotta at least make playoffs. That's like the minimum.
Yeah. And their defense was absolutely atrocious.
You see that joke that they made on? I think it was Snoop Dogg. He made that joke to Joe Burrow.
And he did not like it, but you know what?
Yeah, he literally like stone faced, dead looked him in the eyes when he made a joke about their defense.
Joe Burrow, first of all, Joe Burrow, I don't know if you guys saw, like he was going on like Radio Road, which is like where all the like, podcasts and stuff are, like in the interviews.
Yeah.
On every show he was on, he was like basically saying like, "Oh, Bengals ownership needs to like pay like Jamar and pay T Higgins and pay like defensive players and stuff and like sign like difference makers." But then so he can say all that stuff and like pressure Bengals ownership to like pay people. They're not going to, but he can say that. And then
Yeah.
fucking Snoop Dogg can't say that his defense was bad. Like
It's not even that. I think it's just ironic. And this is not me even throwing Joe Burrow hate. I actually really fucking like Joe Burrow a lot.
yeah, I
You
love Joe Burrow.
can't you can't demand to be the what is it? He's now the second highest paid quarterback in the entire NFL.
Yeah, I think so,
And
something
then-
like that.
And then complain that there's not enough money to go around. It's like that fucking you ever see like that really shitty cartoon drawing from the papers of like the fat CEO chugging all the water and the peasants on the floor?
Yeah, that is so like the piss.
Yeah, like that's what it is.
That's why Gus
That's what
laughed.
literally Joe Burrow is doing. He's taking almost $60 million a year and like, how come we can't sign everybody? No, we're gonna starve.
Yeah, no,
Literally.
that is true. Like literally, smart quarterbacks take pay cuts to
Yeah,
make
like,
sure the
I'm-
Brady did it.
yeah. I mean, I've said this last year. That's something I genuinely really like about Josh Allen. He doesn't get paid shit.
Yeah, Mahomes does it too. They
Yeah.
like any quarterback who knows, like, hey, I gotta, like, my team is, and especially the Bills team, fucking defense is horrible, but any quarterback who actually knows ball is like, all right, fucking, if I'm a quarterback, I'd be like, can you pay me $20 million a year or something like whatever the league minimum is, like,
League minimum is like $2 million.
and like, well, that's the thing, right? Like, you should make a
I think
decent
you
amount of
get the
money.
average,
Like,
you know.
you should make a decent amount of money, but no player should make. No player needs to make over 30.
In my opinion, and I already said this before, until you get your first ring, you have no business making over 30 million. I don't care.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Not like unjustifiable. If you're like Tom Brady or even like Patrick Mahomes, where you have like multiple rings
Yeah.
for all that shit. And,
50,
like, the
60
team-
makes sense.
Yeah. Like if Tom Brady like was still playing or whatever, or like in his prime, and he was at ring number 5, and he goes like, you know what? I'm not gonna play unless you guys sign me for like 50 million a year. You would call the Patriots head association stupid for not paying him that.
Mm-hmm. And how much does Jalen Hurts get paid?
I don't think he gets a lot, actually. I think
No,
he gets like around
I think
40.
it is a
Yeah, I'm
decent.
checking right now. Over the cap. The Philadelphia Eagles. It's loading. Jalen Hurts for 2025 about 42 million. 42 million.
Yeah, then that's not that bad compared to other quarterbacks. Like there are some fucking
And you know what?
outrageous quarterbacks.
Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, I know Tua.
Sorry, I coughed during that. Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah. T-Law, Tua. I'm trying to think of other no
Kirk
offense.
Cousins.
Like yeah, Kirk Cousins, Jordan Love.
Kirk Cousins is still the funniest one on that list to me because at the very least, like T-Law is young. You know, he has still like many more years to come. Kirk Cousins has shit to look forward to.
Yeah, and
Offense for a rookie.
Dak makes 60 million a year
Why'd you say that with so much like venom in your voice?
because Dak sucks.
All right, next award. Let's finish through these.
Um,
You ended up on comeback player of the year.
defensive player or defensive rookie of the year. I'm sorry. Was Jared Verse. I heard he was good, so I kind of assumed he would win.
He was a dog.
Yeah. Coach of the year was Kevin O'Connell. It was either going to be him or
Or on.
Dan Campbell. The only thing I've learned from this was that Kevin O'Connell looks like he has a bald spot or like some kind of weird haircut that
Bold.
like when he's not wearing a
Bold.
hat.
Bold.
My eyes. Oh yeah, he's got. I had to look up a picture of him because I was like, why did his hair look weird? Like, I feel like he has a bald spot. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. But he always wears hats. He has such short hair sometimes. Like he looks like a man who's balding.
Why is it becoming a Kevin O'Connell roast session?
Well, I like Kevin
You can tell
O'Connell.
from here, clearly, no bitches, right?
Yeah.
Like, you can see that from this angle.
Yeah, exactly. But then truly the surprise of the night
Really?
was the MVP award. I think that was the last one, yeah, because I'm looking at the ESPN article.
Yeah, okay.
The surprise of the night, Josh Allen won MVP.
You know what's funny? Genuinely?
What?
So, and I'm sure you've seen this on your page too. First of all, I didn't think it was a surprise that Josh Allen won it. I knew he was well deserving of that, and I made sure to state that in our last recording when we did our award.
I thought that because the same people who vote first team All Pro are the people who vote for MVP. I thought that because Lamar won first team All Pro, that he was probably going to end up winning MVP.
Dude, I saw this thing like I want to say like 20 minutes after the award got announced, and I'm so mad at myself for not sending it to you, Riley.
Mm-hmm.
There's this big Ravens fan page, Twitter account called Yuri.
Mm-hmm.
And he fucking tweeted out, he's like, I don't know why you guys are acting surprised. I knew since this moment. And it was the tweet of the fucking Josh Allen arm punch.
Josh Allen arm punt. You know, they I saw that too, I think. And it is funny. People brought that up. My defense is that fucking
Don't defend yourself.
What?
Don't defend it.
Okay,
Don't
I won't
defend it.
defend it.
You got the award. Tell them suck your cock.
Yep, you know what? Exactly. And
defend.
So I thought he deserved it. It was a good speech, good award. And speaking of good things that happened, the Kansas shitty Chiefs got absolutely and utterly demolished in the Super Bowl. Going into that game, I thought, and a lot of other people thought, I know Eunice and Dijon predicted Eagles. Gus and I said Chiefs. So the podcast was split. But, if you looked at the online sentiment of the, of fans, people pretty much thought that, like, okay, Chiefs are going to end up winning, like, who cares? And I saw a lot of people, before we actually talk about the game, I saw a lot of people say, like, oh, this proves that the NFL isn't rigged, or like people who say, they're like, oh, so all the people saying the NFL was rigged, do you think that now? Like, and yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
anything, this actually proves that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because all I can say is what I think
Hey, what they don't.
the
you know,
NFL
you go ahead, go
did.
ahead.
I don't think they were trying to get a Chiefs three-peat.
Yeah, they were.
Because if they did, the rest would have been fucking, all on the Eagles' ass during the game. What I think happened is that, yes, if you look at it, NFL is entertainment. That's the company is based around entertainment.
Yeah.
They already saw a major increase with the Swifties last year. So they're like, all right, now we have the Chiefs three-peat potential as well. So now a lot of people, including the Swifties, and then we got Kendrick Lamar. We're just trying to pull in more and more people to watch it. And if anything, I haven't watched every Super Bowl, so obviously this is, based off the last ones I've seen in the last 4 years, because I didn't watch the 2021.
Mm-hmm.
This is the worst one I've ever fucking seen. For a Super Bowl contendee, don't say the fucking final score. Any Chiefs fan suck my dick. Do not say
It was
the final
40 to
score.
6.
Yeah.
It was 40 to
Come
6.
Yeah. Bro, I haven't watched all Super Bowls, of course. What Super Bowl contender team is that ass in the Super Bowl?
You know what?
It was
And
actually
they-
historic.
Yeah.
Yeah, they this during the game, and there was another game like this. It was the year 2000 or 2001, where the final score was like 37-7.
Yeah.
And that one touchdown came from a punt return, which, by the way, the other team responded with immediately with their not punt return, excuse me, kickoff return. And the other team responded with an immediate kickoff return to their kickoff return.
Mm. Yeah, like the biggest blowout in Super Bowl history was Super Bowl 45.
Was it the Seahawks Broncos?
Yeah, I think that was. Oh no, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
14.
They put Peyton Manning
Or
in
I
the
think
best
that's
offense
it.
ever
Yeah.
to 8 points.
Yeah. So
That's
Yeah. And then Tom
cool.
Brady beat him. Just want to put that out there.
Oh wait, actually wait.
To any fucking Chiefs fans out there, all two of you, like the real fans, the game ended as soon as Kenny Pickett touched grass.
Oh, yeah,
like look at the score. As soon as Kenny Pickett touched
Okay.
grass, it was done.
It was over in the first half.
I'm gonna go through it, or I'm gonna try to go through it in like in order a little bit. So like the Chiefs, they had like God. At one point they had like 20 something yards of offense, and I think that was how they ended the first half.
Mm-hmm.
It was like 20
I think
something.
it was 17.
Yeah, 20.
Or was it 24?
24 yards of offense, no points. They scored with, I believe, a minute left in the third quarter. And if you watch like I don't know if you guys have probably seen it. It's on TikTok. Like they had like the Chiefs were trying to hype up themselves by saying like, oh, the Patriots did it down 28-3. We can make a comeback. My brother in Christ, you are not Tom Brady.
They absolutely can try, bro.
Yeah.
By the way, someone looked it up during that exact clip because the time on the game clock is there.
Mhm.
A minute 43 after that speech was given, Mahomes fumbled the ball.
That's hilarious. And
That is tragic.
did you guys see? I sent it into the group chat. The Eagles pressured 0 times. They never blitzed.
Yeah.
They never
They didn't
blitzed.
blitz once.
They had like a 50-something pressure rate.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
Bro,
want to
what
know
the fuck?
what happened
off of,
to
I
the Chiefs
believe,
O-line.
and I believe it was their O-line. I saw a stat. Their O-line is bad. Like, they have a good center, and everything else is at the very least okay. And their 2 tackles, or what's the inside? Is it guards?
Yeah.
So the 2 guards are bad, especially the left guard, is what I understand from my understanding.
All
And
I know is their left tackle. I don't know his fucking name, but I know he's very good. But that's all I got for you.
yeah, their center is good. Their I think it's their center, Creed Humphrey. Is he their center?
Yes.
He's good. I know they have, but like I said, the 2 guards, they're bad, and I knew that, and I was like, well, it's still the Chiefs, it doesn't matter. But if anything, it's just they played and it wasn't like, I think this is like, because yeah, obviously the O line was horrible, and Mahomes got sacked. Was it 8 times or 6? Okay, yeah.
6, yeah.
They don't count strip fumbles as sacks.
Oh, okay.
Well,
So
7 technically, if you want to get into it, but 6.
Yeah.
Is what the stat says.
He threw 2 picks, and I know Dejan and I were sitting next to each other, and we were talking, and he was like, "Oh yeah, one of those was like not on him." But the thing is, I also thought that, but I went back and I watched it, and he doesn't actually get hit. Like, while he's throwing the ball, the guy standing next to him gets pushed into him trying to block for him, but it's after he threw the
His
ball.
O-line, I'm sorry, I just remembered.
Oh my God,
his
that was so
O-line
funny.
Yeah, his O-line
tackled him.
backed him.
Yeah, that was so. He hugs him. He's like, "I got you, bro."
Right.
You know what that reminded me of?
What?
And I thought of DJ instantly because I was watching the game with DJ. Texans versus Lions. The strip fumble from his own teammate.
Oh my God! Like,
You remember that?
yeah, it both games hilarious, except one team had a comeback, the other did not.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I wanted to say this about the whole NFL being rigged thing.
Oh yeah,
What people like don't realize is it's not rigged to make teams win or lose. It's rigged to make money. Whatever makes them the most money in Vegas. You know what I mean?
yeah,
You know what?
Look at the betting odds. That's how it's rigged.
yeah. Like,
Yeah.
go ahead,
I,
yes.
I tweeted this, so I can like screenshot and show it. I said I want to say before the Bills and Chiefs game, like maybe like 2 or 1 day before. I said Chiefs are gonna win this and go into the Super Bowl as the ultimate villains for the Eagles to beat them, and people are gonna go crazy because this shit is becoming like wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys
Yeah.
watch wrestling. In wrestling, there's a term called a heel. And what they do with the heel is they like win all year. For example, the biggest one was Roman Reigns. And this is funny why I'm bringing him up. WrestleMania is the Super Bowl of wrestling, right?
Right.
Roman Reigns won 2 years in a row and was set to make history to win it for the 3rd time in April of last year. And Cody Rhodes was the babyface that no one believed in but himself, and he worked his way up from the ground up, whatever.
Jalen Hurts.
Roman Reigns was winning all year up to WrestleMania through cheats. His team, his friends would come and help interrupt the match, whatever.
Mhm.
And here comes WrestleMania, and Roman Reigns got pinned for the 1, 2, 3, and everyone in the world went fucking crazy.
That
Mhm.
that's what and I think I might have said this on the podcast or in a TikTok. I don't think the NFL says, "Hey, you have to make X team win." But the
Mhm.
refs know. The NFL makes it very clear, "Hey, we need X, we would prefer X team to
Also,
be in X position."
notice how like crazy plays happen, or like people are like, oh my god, that one thing just ruined my parlay out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Also,
Come on, bro. Like you're telling me
Yeah,
refs
no.
don't do that?
Yeah, no,
You're telling me refs don't take a bigger
100%.
paycheck to interrupt like betting odds? Come on.
100%.
Also, remember my professor that I told you guys about, the rock professor?
Yes.
He's been a Jets fan. I know, God bless him. But he's been a Jets fan for
Yeah.
50 years of his life. So he's been watching football heavy for his whole life, right?
Uh-huh.
And I was talking to him about football, and he goes, Eunice, haven't you ever noticed that within like the last 5 or 6 years, there's been a lot more games that come down to like the final 2 plays of the game to
Yeah.
decide the winner? Because when I was a kid, about 90% of games were blowouts. And then you had 10% occasionally there'd be a game that came down to like a field goal. Haven't you noticed there's a lot more of those now?
Yeah. And like I said, I think the NFL will purposefully tell the refs, "Hey, we need to put X team in X position." Do they say like, "Oh, you have to make sure they win"? No, but they say, "Hey, you have to make sure that they're in X position." You know?
Yeah.
Or we
Like,
prefer
don't
that
get me
they be in
wrong.
that position.
Like, don't get me wrong. It's impossible to 100% rig a game. Like, you can't rig a missed field goal. You can't
Yeah.
control the fucking wind, you know?
Yeah.
You can't rig like a false start if there's no false start actually.
Yeah.
Which I know they try to sometimes, but everyone already can call that bullshit out from a game.
And
Like, if
you know,
it-
you
like,
can't
okay,
rig the players. They're getting paid enough money.
exactly, like Jamar Chase, right?
Yeah.
I remember this amazing catch he had last year, or I guess this year or whatever, and no one was near him. No defensive back was within like 10 yards of him. So how could you? So you can't throw a flag and say offensive PI on that because there's no one there.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like you can't 100% rig the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
players would have to collude with each other, which just doesn't happen.
Oh, hell no. When they like players are always playing. It's why bad teams will win when everybody says, "Hey, you have to tank." Like,
Mm-hmm.
do the GMs or the coaches like try to do something that influences the game? 100%. But do they also? But do the individual players do it? No.
Yeah, if you're versing third stringers, you should win.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Where it's just like, and not to mention, good teams lose to bad teams occasionally. Like it happens.
Yeah.
Last year, Chiefs got blown out by the Broncos. This year, Ravens lost to the Browns and the fucking Raiders. Right? Like it happens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
Yeah, good teams play bad, bad teams play good, especially if they know each other.
What's that thing people
Yeah.
say about some teams? Like I know people say it for the Ravens a lot, where it's like they play down to their
oh yeah, they
opponent's
play
level
down
a
to
lot.
their opponent. Yeah, literally. Or same thing with divisional matchups. If it's a divisional
Yeah.
matchup, you might as well just throw that out the window. Like,
Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong. I know the Bills are leagues ahead better than the Jets. Like, it should be, like, not even a question who would win that game. But then you had the first game where they versed each other and you were watching the screen like, what the actual fuck is happening?
yeah, because those teams hate each other. Even if a player just got there, like they know you have to beat your divisional rival. You know?
Yeah. At the end of the day, even if we're going 0-16, that one win, bitch, that's going to be you. Watch this shit.
Yeah. So
Like Derrick Henry played elite all year, and as soon as the division rival time, the Steelers, a fumble, like 30 fucking yards, couldn't do shit.
yeah. Yeah, so like they like is the NFL rigged? No. But at the same time, I think this is like the Chiefs all year. We have been trying to tell people, hey, they are not as good as their record indicates. They constantly get bailed out by the refs. They got bailed out by the refs a couple times in this game. It didn't really affect the score, but it happened. And they constantly get bailed out by the refs. They get these calls where it's like, okay, like, or just stuff that happens where it's like any other day of the week, that's not happening. Like, this is the one time that, how often do you block a field goal? Almost never.
Yeah.
How often do you Not only that, it's like a chip shot field goal. How often does the center snap the ball early, and because the ball was snapped early, that negates a penalty, and it doesn't matter. The Chiefs recovered the ball. You know.
That's the one I think I hate. That's like the second worst one for me
Oh
because
yeah, it's
the
dumb.
ref obviously is on the field saying false start. Like he does it and everything, and they're like, actually, no, we're gonna count that play.
Yeah, or the NFL, or the refs. There's proof that the refs spotted the ball wrong 7 times in a single game. Like,
oh my.
like stuff like that, where it's just like the Chiefs are not as good as their opponents, but they constantly get help from either the refs or just random chance, and people think, wow, they must be good. They're 15-2,
My brother has a term for this. I'm trying, and I don't want to butcher it because it really was a good point he made. He said there's 2 types of NFL fans, and neither are wrong necessarily. They're both right. Just depends on what context you look at it. The first are people like us, where we analyze the game, see exactly what happened. Did they really win? Did they get bailed out or whatever? And then there's the other ones that just look at it from like
The
a
box
historical
score.
standpoint. Not even the box score, a historical standpoint.
Uh-huh.
Like obviously right now we're clowning on the Chiefs, 40-6. But let's be honest, 5 years from now, no one's gonna say 40-6. They're gonna all say 40-22.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like that's why I encourage people to, like, at least watch the highlights.
Yeah.
Like don't just look at the box score.
Like my little brother, I think it was the Raiders game where, the bullshit snap or whatever. And I'm talking to him like, man, this and that and that. He's like, all right, Eunice, I get it, but they won. And that's all people are going to remember like years from now. So there's no point.
Unfortunately, that is
one's gonna
100%
remember
correct.
the bad snap. No one's going to remember the bad snap. No one's going to remember the ref on the field for the false start unless you're a Raiders fan. And that's it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what people do remember?
What?
The butt fumble.
Yes, they do, because that is hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
And the butt fumble. There's so many like.
In that game, the butt fumble, the Patriots scored 3 touchdowns
In, like,
in a minute.
Yeah,
Less than a
I was gonna
minute.
say it's like less than a minute. God,
Yeah.
dude, that game is hilarious. Like
Oh, bro.
the Jets
I
are
love
so bad that it's.
I know.
It's
Only they could do it.
it's
Only
funny.
they could do it.
Every chance we get, we mention them because they're hilarious.
They're so fun to look at. Every division needs that clown,
Yeah,
Mhm.
but yeah,
You have the Titans for their division.
the Jets.
You got the Raiders.
We all got the Browns.
the
the
Browns.
Jets. Then you go over to the NFC. You got the Bears.
Oh my
Used to be
God,
the Lions.
the
You got the
Bears.
Bears.
Hey, the Lions for the longest time, bro. Let's not.
Yeah.
let's not
They
forget.
moved up. They moved up in the pecking order.
Hey, bro, for
Do you-
a couple of years, you
do
still
you-
gotta.
Do you give it to the Cowboys or the Giants?
I'm giving
The
it
Giants.
to the Giants.
Just because they're the most.
Cowboys are still like, I know it's not funny to laugh at them and stuff. But
At least they
are
win.
actually-
Yeah, the Giants
Yeah.
historically are like worse than the Cowboys.
Right.
Yeah.
And then
Let's be honest.
the
only thing
entirety
that
of the
Giants
NFC
have-
South.
The only thing the Giants have going for them is that they beat Tom Brady. Not even they won a Super Bowl. It's specifically
Tom Brady, yeah.
Because it's Tom Brady twice.
Because
If they had-
otherwise,
Let's be real,
do you
Eli
care?
Manning wouldn't be in the Hall of Fame discussion if
Yeah.
he beat any other quarterback.
That's what I'm saying. Like, let's say like the first time he beat Joe Flacco, and then the second time he beat
And the second time he beat Brady. How about that? Even
Honestly,
then.
yeah,
Even
like,
then.
he beat Brady one time. Because what's his name beat Brady for the Eagles? He's nowhere near
Nick
Hall of
Foles.
Fame discussion.
Yeah. Yeah, that is true.
He's nowhere near that bitch.
Yeah, but like, so yeah, the Chiefs. I mean, and like nobody showed up at all. Like
Mhm.
Mahomes played horribly. I know people were saying, well, he threw it to both
Dude, their
interceptions.
entire-
Both
dude,
interceptions he
even
threw
like
to
the
nobody.
defense. Even the
No, the
defense,
first
their
one-
entire game plan was stop Barkley.
Saquon, yeah, and they did.
That was it. That was it. That's the only thing they could get right the entire night.
You know what I think it is? I think their defensive coordinator was on Twitter, saw a rage baiter say, the Eagles only have Saquon Barkley going for them and said, I got it.
It's crazy. That's what
all they
everybody
have
believed. They're like, oh, you know what? We'll just make Hurts
Yeah.
throw the ball.
Yeah.
That's what I.
Ignore the fact that A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith are on the field and Godric, three
Right.
of the greatest receivers in the league. Let's just ignore them because they just have Barkley going for them.
It's fucking insane. Like I saw breakdowns of like the defense, and dude, every single time they brought an extra man to help cover Barkley.
Hmm.
Every single time.
And he had a crazy catch. Dejan, what were you saying?
And they couldn't stop him still.
Yeah.
Like he could stop the run. Like when he wanted that ball, he got that fucking ball.
Yeah.
He said, "I'm not leaving the Super Bowl without at least one explosive play."
Kenny Pickett has -4 rushing yards in this game. 0 for 1 on passes.
Almost tied with Mahomes.
0 yard. Dude.
What's that fucking peep thing we were saying about? Kendrick Lamar, he had more yards during his halftime than
Kendrick
Mahomes had.
Lamar,
Yeah.
Drake, Kendrick Lamar.
he had 157 yards. Like he had traveled 157 yards in the halftime show. And yeah, like that game, even like that happened a long time ago. And even now, like every time I think about it, I smile thinking about that game. That game was like watching someone you hate have something horrible happen to you, to them, and you're just like, you're a bystander. You're like, you're there, and you're like, wow, what a great day for me.
The best part about it, honest to God, I don't know if you probably have definitely seen these on TikTok or whatever, are the fake Chiefs fans who are like mad about the game and shit. Or like, do you even know what real pain is?
Oh yeah, I have a question. This leads into our next topic. So
Before we go to the next topic.
oh yeah, I
can
wanted
say
to hear what Dejan was gonna say.
I don't know if you remember, I was asking about it like before the game started because obviously we had it up, and you know they were talking to Mahomes, and then they started talking to Barkley. I'm like, where the fuck is Hurts? And
Hurts was praying.
no, genuinely, it was like everyone thought, okay, it's Barkley, guys. That's like Mahomes is the guy for the Chiefs, and for the Eagles, it's Barkley and only Barkley. Barkley is if they is for the Eagles. If they win or lose, it's only Barkley. And I didn't watch. Obviously, we didn't watch the whole like the thing the whole day. But apparently that's also how it was when like they sat down and talked to the players in what is that in the news in the reporter room where they all
Right.
That's how it was apparently before the game as well. That's how they treated Hurts. Like, oh, you're just the QB for the Eagles.
Yeah.
And he's the guy.
Dude, and that's the thing. No, go ahead.
But it was like I was genuinely shocked because don't get me wrong, like yeah, Barkley is an amazing guy, but it's like y'all think I didn't watch all the Eagles games, but I'm pretty damn positive Barkley didn't make them win every fucking game. You know what I mean? I don't.
I got some news for you.
That's the thing. Like
Yes, I know he's an amazing running back. I'm not saying he's fucking dog ass. I'm just saying for everyone to be just look at Hurts and be like, oh, he's just the QB for the Eagles.
Yeah, that's just stupid. I do want to say someone just did it like for funsies, where like they like just looked into it like points, all that MVP of the game, all that stuff. Barkley pretty much was responsible solely for I think it was like 5 games solely. I'm talking about like he had more rushing yards than Hurts had passing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Hurts didn't even have
no.
300 or sorry, Jalen Hurts didn't even have 3,000 passing yards this whole season.
You don't need it.
I know, because Barkley it's a team sport.
Yeah, I mean to be fair, a lot of it is like Barkley will like pick up like 30 yards per drive, get them down the field, close enough for Jalen Hurts to throw a 20-yard pass touchdown next. Move on.
But that's the thing, like not needing Hurts to pop off every game doesn't mean he's a bad quarterback by any means. Like going back to the last Super Bowl, this guy, like, he was not like he was putting up numbers, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like Hurts is him. Like, like if you
He's
put
top
the ball
five.
in, like, put the game in his hands, and like you'll be good. He is that guy.
He is a top 5 QB. And
Right,
people
so
have
like having Barkley there as like the dominant force does not mean Hurts can't deliver, especially with that O line and those weapons, bro.
yeah, I mean,
So like just because he didn't throw that much, it doesn't mean that when he does throw, he's bad.
I I feel like this is like the Brock Purdy argument from last year because a lot of people were saying the same shit about him, where it's
Mhm.
like Brock Purdy doesn't do shit. It's all Christian McCaffrey. Where it's like, no, that's not true. That's not true. You don't. No matter how good your fucking team is, if you have a shitty QB, you're not winning shit. I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
I
Yeah.
don't know, man. You'd be surprised.
You're gonna win a Super Bowl with one of the shit. Right now, if I put Saquon Barkley on the Jags, Trevor Lawrence is gonna be having a ring by the end of next season.
Well, you're gonna need a lot more than Barkley.
Well, they have an elite
Exactly.
defense. Like, you know, the.
That's what I'm saying. It's not
Mhm.
just.
I mean, that's the
Barkley
thing. You don't
shit.
even need Saquon. We know the Jags are going to the Super Bowl next year, so we
There
don't
we go.
need to put anything on
Yeah.
the Jags.
Okay, yeah, I hate to break this to you, Eunice, but I predicted a year off earlier this year when I said Jags are going to Super Bowl.
Yeah,
It's definitely next year.
Dejan was literally just speaking
Be careful though. It's spicy.
a year ahead just to like give us the hope, but really he didn't want to break the news to us.
You have to take care of it. Ludacris loves
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins, but I think
Kirk Cousins isn't even gonna like. What is he gonna do next year? Like just like kill himself or like
I think he's gonna
Right.
trade up
Retire.
to
Dude.
No, he's gonna find another team to rob.
Oh, let me.
He's in his prime bread making years, bro.
Hey, if
I think
may,
it should be the Jets.
personally, if I
Yeah.
may, and I'm just curious about this.
You Drake May.
Why the fuck? And this is just a segue for next year. Why do both North divisions, NFC and AFC respectively, why does everyone on those teams have such a hard fucking schedule?
Good.
What is this
Well-
shit?
Good.
We got our first 12 playoff teams.
Because we're ballers, and then we have
Good.
the Bears.
And the Browns and the Steelers.
Browns.
Oh my god.
LeBron James. So I have a question. It's my next topic.
Every team in our away category is a playoff team. Riley, please go.
So 0-3. Let me figure out how to phrase this. 0-2 when Tom Brady is there, right? So we're talking about what? So Mahomes played absolutely horrible, and like make no mistake, everything that Mahomes did in this game that was good came in garbage time.
Yeah.
Yes.
The game was
Yeah,
over.
Rings and Kenny Pickett.
Yep, if Kenny Pickett entered the game, it means the game is over. They gave Salah. They gave Sirianni the Gatorade bath with like 10 minutes left on the clock, or like 9 minutes or something like that.
it was so much time.
By the way, the
I was
color
talking
was
to my-
yellow.
I was talking to my
Yellow,
brother.
green.
Yeah. Which means Dejan got both correct. He was the only person to get both correct.
If only I got the score correct.
It's funny because he did say like he was like, "Oh, it's gonna be a blowout," and like you were really like at one point I looked at my phone, I'm like, "Shit, that could happen,"
What was
like
my
or
score?
at least close
If
to
you
it.
know-
Let me look it up. I got
They
my
said
phone.
4 for the Chiefs. That was never
Okay,
gonna fuck-
obviously not like right on the money, but like you could get close to it, you know. Let's see. It was. Oh wait, this is the wrong. Twas. This is the
Oh,
wrong
yeah.
thing. 20-4. So
I said 20-4.
yeah.
Jesus, I was wrong.
So
What?
Eunice said 17-10. Gus said 21-20.
Oh, right. I said this is going to be like a defense.
I thought I said 21-28.
Maybe you did. I wrote down 21-20.
You know what's crazy? If
What?
the Chiefs didn't fuck up,
Hey, I was close.
Yeah.
Hold on,
somewhat.
I'm about to reach to the
Even
moon.
though I said
with
Eagles
you
21.
here. I'm about to reach to the moon. If the Chiefs didn't fuck up that 2-point conversions and you double DJ score, he got 40-8.
Yeah, that's true.
Which could have.
There
So
you go, Deshaun.
so we talking a lot about Patrick Mahomes compared to Tom Brady. But Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes, first of all, he's 0-2 when Brady is there. Is even present in the building. So I think
know where you're
Brady
going,
should.
brother.
I think Brady should be the announcer for every Super Bowl from now on. Actually,
Oh, I'd love that.
Brady should be the announcer for every Chiefs game. So my question is, the thing is though, the catch. In every Super Bowl loss, Mahomes has played like absolute garbage. When he played the Bucks, he threw for, I believe, 0 touchdowns. And like some like crazy stupid low number. I'm looking it up right now. It was of yards, of yards. Oh, that's not the Super Bowl. Super Bowl.
Figures the what?
Thank you
I
for
thought
filling
he
the
said
dead
no.
air. So he threw 2 interceptions, no touchdown, 26 for 49, 270 yards. The score was 31-9. Brady, on the other hand, almost perfect, 21 for 29 passes, 3 touchdowns, no picks, 201 yards. And then this game, where Mahomes arguably played worse because all of his, yards and stuff come in garbage time, even though he had more touchdowns. He also threw 2 interceptions, the fumble. I know that Mahomes' team and him, like, this is on him, mostly, even though his whole team did not show up. The defense was bad. The O-line was horrible. DeAndre Hopkins dropped a wide open pass where that probably would have been a touchdown. And that was like,
I wanted to bring that one up too. Bro, after the game was said something about like,
oh yeah, you want to talk about the refs now?
You dropped a wide open pass.
Yeah, you dropped a wide open pass. My question, go
I
ahead.
the DeAndre Hopkins thing. I just want to say, as soon as he dropped that pass, I was watching. There was this TikTok live streamers like, "There's the DeAndre that we thought was being traded to the Chiefs." Because I remember when the news first hit, that's the DeAndre we all expected. The 33-year-old man.
He's a sleeper agent. So, my question is, because Mahomes has lost in Super Bowls, I've seen a lot of people talk about this, because he's like been blown out in all the Super Bowls he's lost. What does this like mean for his legacy, right? Is it, because Brady lost in the playoffs, but Brady never lost like this in a Super Bowl. If anything, Brady played like ass and then managed the best comeback like in modern NFL history, and probably ever.
Dude, they would not stop bringing it up. And keep in mind, I'm watching with my brother, which we know is a Falcons fan. And at one point, I want to say it was during the halftime show. He didn't watch it with me. He texted me. He's like, kind of want the Chiefs to win so people can forget about the Falcons.
I said this multiple times. I said, also I called the Cooper DeJean interception pick. I literally said, Gus and DeJean as my witnesses. Probably about a minute before that happened, I said he's going to throw a pick 6 to Cooper DeJean so that he can be down by more and then make a comeback. Like, there were multiple times I was like, they're going to make a comeback. They're gonna try to mount a comeback because they're only playing down.
I was right there with them, bro. I was right there with you.
They're only playing down so that they can have the greatest comeback in NFL history. And then when it was like 40, I'm like, never mind. They're cooked. So what is this in your guys' minds? what does this like mean? Because I've seen a lot of analysts talk about this, like, oh, this means that Mahomes is like permanently locked in at number 2. And I've even seen people say,
Oh,
oh,
no.
Montana is
I
better
was
than
about to
him.
say, bro,
Yeah.
he hasn't surpassed Montana quite yet.
I saw Stephen A. Smith say now we're bringing Montana back into the conversation because he was 0-4 and he played really good in all his Super Bowls. So
Let me
go on,
can I
Eunice.
ship
I was gonna say,
honest opinion?
go ahead.
Because I'm assuming that's what the segue was for. Like you were gonna ask us.
Yeah,
how
like
we
what
feel
does this
about it.
mean for Mahomes' legacy? At least
Let me
right
be
now.
honest. As it currently stands, this 100% right now takes him out of the GOAT debate. Because look, keep in mind, before the Super Bowl, where the three-peat was still on the table, there was a large group of people saying if he gets this three-peat,
Nick Wright.
this is enough for you to just argue between him and Brady, because Brady could never do the three-peat.
Yeah.
Now that that's gone, and let's be realistic here, he's never getting that opportunity again for
Nope.
the three-peat. I don't give a
Woohoo!
fuck who you are. So as it currently stands, he's out of the conversation. The only way now he can get back into that conversation is ring count. That's it. That's his only chance of getting back into it now. Because he's not getting a three-peat anymore, and that's gone.
I'll say
Here's
my
the thing,
opinion
a lot of-
last.
Okay.
So continue,
mean,
guys.
Brady was able to go 10 years without a Super Bowl appearance, and he still walked away with 7 rings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what makes him so special. Mahomes, I don't see him having that kind of longevity. And I think that that longevity, that like level of skill for so long, to be able to win for so long, to go at a 10-year drought and then win more Super Bowls than most quarterbacks will ever even go to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're never seeing a quarterback do that again for a long time. It's not Patrick Mahomes. I'm sorry, it's not Patrick Mahomes. As good as he is, he won't be that good for that long. Is
No.
the difference.
Like, let's be honest.
And not just that. Well, not just that. I want to add one more point. His team as well. Kelsey is washed. What are they going to do in terms of tight ends?
I wanted
I
to
mean,
say that too.
Yeah, like the team will change over time.
Kelsey, give up.
Brady has gone through how many eras with his teams? How many wide receivers? You know, a long time. Like he was winning before Gronk and Edelman, and after Edelman.
I think that's what made part of. I mean, it's a long list of what made Brady special, but I think arguably this has to be at least in the top 3 for him. His ability to adapt to anything is insane. Because he's had games where, all right, he's used to Gronk. Oh, Gronk is hurt in the middle of the game. What do we do? And then he still drops like 3 more touchdowns in the second half.
Dude, we're forgetting that Tom Brady is literally the Batman of NFL. Give him enough prep time, and he's winning everything.
Did Brady? That's the thing, right? Okay, Randy Moss, Edelman, Gronk. What other receiver? Like, what did Gus knows more than I do? Eunice knows more than I do. I've tried to look this up. The answer seems like the answer is no, or that there is none. Who did Brady have other than those 3 in his whole career? Oh, sorry, he was on the Bucks. He had Mike Evans. I forgot Danny Amendola and
Chris Hogan as well,
guy,
but he was a nobody before and after the Pats.
the guy who killed people, Aaron Hernandez. He was good for,
Hernandez.
but he wasn't on for very
was
much.
on there.
You know, he wasn't on for very
AB,
long.
he had AB. But, you know,
AB never played for the Pats.
Yeah, no, I mean in Tampa though.
Oh yeah, but for only like however many games
In the-
before he walked off.
Yeah.
You know, part of that actually brings up a different discussion for Brady. And this leads into like an Aaron Rodgers thing where it's like this was always the argument. Brady never played elite, his defense just carried.
Yeah, that's the thing. He did always have a top 10 defense.
Yeah. Where it's like even if Gronk was out for the game, if what's his name was also out for the game, whatever, and Brady could only get 2 touchdowns for a game, chances are they still fucking won that game because their defense didn't let up more than 10
so
points.
does Mahomes. Like that.
I'm not agreeing with that. I'm just saying.
No, yeah, I know. Other than this game, like the Steve Spagnuolo is one of the best defensive coordinators of all time, most likely.
Oh yeah.
Like, and they have elite players on defense. Chris Jones is a Hall of Famer. And
And they got what's his name, man, defensive back, the cornerback.
they had
What's
they
his
had
name?
Snead last year, and Snead was really good. Literally caused that fumble from Zay Flowers. Sorry to bring it up, Eunice. Just I was,
Oh no,
specifying.
dude, you can get fucking butter over this. I can admit things.
But he caused that fumble to like basically ice the game. And it's like it's hard because they both have really good defenses their whole
I
careers.
mean, but that's the thing. That's what makes you a winning team. You don't win in this league with a bad defense.
No, you can't. You literally
Look
cannot.
at Joe Burrow. Look how crazy his season is. You need a defense to be in the Super Bowl. They're in the Super Bowl because their whole team is good.
Yeah, like look, okay, biggest example, right? And I personally choose to believe that this is where the saying for defense wins championships comes from. I know it came from earlier. I'm not retarded. Excuse me. You're not live streaming, right?
No,
All right.
it doesn't matter. I'm not cutting it out. I don't give a fuck.
My man.
We've said it
And
before.
my bad, Gus, right here. Eli Manning, the Giants' offense was dog doo-doo butter its entire career. Even in the Super Bowls, even in the playoffs, it was dog doo-doo.
Thank you.
They
Defense?
were
Their fucking defense, Riley.
that first.
My God, they
That-
could stop the win.
That first Super Bowl he won, they were a wild card team no one thought was actually going to make it past the wild card.
9-7.
They were, yeah, exactly. And like it's just but yeah, and you need a good defense. But I'm talking about like specifically with the QB play, you know?
Yeah.
And this whole season has been bad from Mahomes.
If you have an elite defense and a solid QB, you are 9 out of 10 times more likely to at least go to the Super Bowl than vice versa. Elite QB with solid defense.
And that's the thing, bro. Mahomes' defense kept opposing teams under 30 points the entire season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why they could keep winning with never scoring 30.
Yeah, that's how they won, because they kept the other team below 30 every single game.
I mean, you can like rewatch games from playoffs or regular season. Look what they did to Lamar and Henry. Look what they did to Josh Allen in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can see all these games where they're versing elite level talent. Sure, you can say the ref shit all you want, but you also have to look at play-by-play shit. There's a lot of examples of Lamar or Henry doing this, or Josh Allen doing this, or Joe Burrow doing that, and the Chiefs defense said, get that shit out of here.
According to the NFL's website, an article written by Bucky Brooks, who's an NFL analyst, in 2023, he said of the last 23 Super Bowl winners, so everything in the 2000s, and that includes this year and last year as well. Of the last 23 Super Bowl winners, 16 had top 10 defenses. So this means that, or they rank top 10 in points, like, points not allowed. Meaning, and so did the Eagles and Chiefs, I believe. Last year when they beat the Niners, and the Niners had a good defense too. So we're looking at what? 17 of the last, of all of the Super Bowl winners this century. So yeah, you need a great defense to win Super Bowls.
That's why I hate when people say, "Oh, carried by the defense." Like that's why they're there.
Yeah, and
Stop with this argument. Both of them have great defenses. Shut up.
And it's that argument as well of you gotta look at just beyond the score. You gotta look at just beyond the stats. You have to actually watch those games to know, hey, here are times when the quarterback carried the team, and here are times when they were just coasting because of the defense.
I think the last time I can think of an example where the QB carried the absolute shit out of their team was Drew Brees when the Saints won the Super Bowl.
I thought they had a good defense too.
No, they had a good defense going into the playoffs, but in the wild card, they lost 2 of their starters. In the divisional round,
Oh, excuse me, not the wild card. In the first round, they lost like 2 starters. In the very next game, they lost like their star cornerback and stuff. Like they went into the Super Bowl with half of their defense essentially.
Yeah, so like my opinion about Mahomes' legacy, right, is that like you cannot like that's the thing, right? Mahomes, I did not think the only way he is going to surpass Brady as the GOAT. Yeah, right now he's 3 because Brady, Montana, him.
Honestly, I'm taking Peyton Manning over him right now.
I mean, so am I, but I'm just based off. You have to also go off rings, and Manning is 2-2 in Super Bowls, and he also played like absolute like dog water in
Yeah, dude.
that one Super Bowl. So
One of my earliest memories of football was that Super Bowl, and I was like, "This is who people are calling the GOAT."
and like and he's still good, but that's why there's more context behind it because his body was just absolutely wrecked. Like he destroyed his like disc in his back.
See, the way I'm looking at it for GOAT conversation, and this is what I do. Say you're building a team and you get to bring back a quarterback at their peak to play at your team. How many people are you listing off before you get to Patrick Mahomes?
Oh yeah, a decent amount.
Because I'm listing Brady, I'm listing Peyton Manning, I'm listing Martino, I'm listing Drew Brees. Like these are guys I'm listing in their prime before Peyton Manning, or excuse me, before Patrick Mahomes.
So is this only former players or is this like all time? Because
Former, current, like in their prime, you're putting
Fuck,
together.
dude, would I take A-Rod over Mahomes?
I'm saying, I'm sorry, what'd you say?
in his prime, yes, I am.
A-Rod over Mahomes.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, in his prime, I'm definitely taking over Mahomes. Are you kidding? This is Mahomes' prime now, and this is how he's performing.
I mean, recency bias, bro. He made it to
Yeah.
2 Super Bowls back to back. Come on now.
Let's say
Eagles
last year.
He made it to 3. Sorry, he won 2.
Okay, yeah, DeJohn's right. Last year, Mahomes.
I was gonna say the Eagles Super Bowl from 2 years ago. Mahomes played amazing. He didn't
Yeah,
play that
dude.
good last year against the Niners.
He played better.
Dude, look at how he played against the Bucks. This guy was sideways making throws. He was parallel with the floor making completions.
Oh yeah. So, in my mind, it's like literally the only way that Mahomes could get over Brady would be to have more rings. I don't. Mahomes is going to play until Mahomes physically cannot play anymore. He'll probably have a longer career than Brady, but just because
Would he pull a Rodgers?
yeah, I do think he will.
I don't think Mahomes will
I'm
have
not
a
joking.
longer career than Brady. I think Mahomes will have a shorter career, much shorter.
I'm just saying, Mahomes kind of like he's made a big deal to mention this on multiple occasions. He's like, "Hey, if I ever feel like I'm getting distant from my family, I'm stopping then and there."
I don't think so. I think he's full of shit.
I think it's his play style. Like this guy, he plays very athletic football, and to be that athletic in your late 30s, if in your 40s, come on now.
Yeah, he's a bit of a runner.
You won't be able to. You won't be able to play like that.
Yeah, Brady knew how to preserve his strength because like Brady never scrambled really. Brady, like I remember like seeing it like a clip of him like running past the line of scrimmage, and like even the announcer's like, "Here's something rare."
Brady's talent is his football IQ. It's his situational awareness. It's not his arm. It's not his legs. It's not his body.
Yeah, so like I think Mahomes will the only way he can get above Brady is to have more rings and it can't just be one more. Like especially if you're losing like this.
I think Gronk said this in an interview about Brady's awareness. He said that Brady didn't always know where his receivers were, but he always knew where every defender was.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm so happy that Mahomes' legacy has become this because the second that I woke up the day after the Super Bowl and I'm looking at my phone and I'm looking at all the analysts trashing him, I'm like, oh my God, what a great day.
You want to know what was my after party?
What?
The First Things First with Nick, whatever the
Oh
fuck.
my God, that was hilarious. Did you guys see what happened?
Did you see the mid-game celebration in halftime with Nick Wright?
No.
When they brought out a Chiefs mariachi
Oh
band.
yeah, okay, yeah. Dude, that what? And they
I was
hung a banner.
crying.
They hung a banner.
Yeah, I was
Dude,
crying.
get fucked. Like he's such an
He did.
asshole. And
It made me
He's
so
such a cock,
happy.
you know
Because
what?
he couldn't say shit.
Two-
Normally he tried to defend things.
Yeah,
He tries to
and he
argue
didn't.
things. He was silent as a mouse.
Two-
Except for one time he spoke up. One time.
To his
And-
credit,
Yeah.
I immediately after the game went on his Twitter to see what he said. And he said they played a horrible game and it's their fault they lost. And he
was
said,
being unbiased.
yeah, and you know what? He's
I can
right.
respect that.
I actually respect that he at least was able to say, hey, they lost.
He was able for a moment
Yeah.
to take Mahomes' cock out of his mouth to say something.
He took it on the chin. He took it on the chin.
Dude,
Yeah.
he did say one thing during that episode that I'm talking about the Chief, where he didn't blame the defense. Because he said, because this is what he said. He's like, Mahomes threw a pick six. You can't put that on the defense, really. Mahomes threw another interception within their 25-yard line. It's hard to put that on the defense. And then Mahomes fumbled the ball within their 30 again. So it's all, again, hard to put that on the defense. So that was 2 touchdowns and a field goal.
Mm-hmm.
So he said subtract 17 from that 40, and that puts you at 27. Wait, did I do that math right? Yeah, 27.
Yeah.
So he said, is
6-7
27 against the best offense in the league a disgrace?
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
I think it's... Yeah?
Wait, what did you? Can you repeat it?
Yeah, I kind of
Is
spaced out.
allowing 27 points against the one of the best offenses in the league a disgrace? Or is it like, damn, we didn't play that good?
The thing is, though, I'll have to look it up, and then I'll let me look it up. I 345 total yards. You know, I guess I understand that. So yeah, you know, that's the thing. Like the defense still had moments where they did not play well, and they allowed like crazy points. All that means is that
I agree.
all that means is okay. Jalen Hurts has to stay out there longer, and then the blowout is more, more than 40 points. Even if we erase those, you know, 14 points from Mahomes' mistakes, because yeah, both interceptions resulted in touchdowns. I know obviously there was the pick six, but I think even the fumble was a field goal.
Yes, that's where I got the thing for.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
Also,
so 17.
I'm so sorry. This just popped up on my Twitter feed, and I found this funny as fuck. The San Francisco 49ers apparently are saying to have done a lot of homework on star cornerback prospect Will Johnson. What makes them think Will Johnson is going that low?
Mm.
He is a top 5 pick.
Yeah.
That's like who last year was like close to that level. That's like if the Chargers last year were like, yeah, this Drake May guy.
Yeah, we're doing work for Drake May right now, guys. But yeah, like, you know, right now, Mahomes and next season, they're probably gonna win the Super Bowl. Like,
Nope.
I'm saying that right now. They're probably gonna win the Super Bowl, right? We'll have a Bills Chiefs AFC Championship game again, and we'll find a way to fuck it up. They'll find a way to fuck it up. Something.
I personally think Chiefs have too much they have to fix this year. I think they'll make playoffs this year, but I don't think they make even AFC Championship this year.
The Chiefs.
They got too much to fix this year. Their
Well-
running back room is a mess right now.
Yeah.
Their wide receiver room is a mess.
They have
Their
Worthy.
tight end room is a
Brown
mess.
might leave.
Their O-line room is a mess. Their defensive back room, mess. They just got too much to fix. I think they can go 10-7 again or something close to that and make playoffs. But as soon as they verse like
the Bengals, the Bills,
Don't
the
it.
Ravens, whatever,
Mhm.
they're getting fucked.
Yeah, I hope that happens. I just I'm conditioned to believe that the Chiefs will always win. Now they did not win, and I did say that I would stop believing that after I saw them lose. But it's a little hard just because I know magic, right? Mahomo Black magic. But I think that's the thing. This was a good Super Bowl, but I could understand why people would not enjoy it. Because it was a blowout, but it was also great for haters. Amazing day for haters.
Oh my god, I just realized something.
What?
I love to be
Assuming assuming no injuries, looking at the schedule, the Bills have the 1 seed locked next year.
Yeah, you say that now. We'll find a way to fuck it up. Just give us some time.
Well, wait, no. Generally, we'll see after the draft and after.
Yeah,
all
we got
that
we got to see.
started.
After we land Max Crosby or Miles Garrett,
You
then
guys are about to
I
go
believe.
undefeated.
Hey, Riley,
Yeah,
You guys are,
call me maybe.
call me. Yeah,
bro,
I'll kill myself.
you guys are about to go undefeated in your away games. What the fuck is this?
I know we do
Steelers,
have an
Falcons,
easy
Panthers,
away
Browns,
game schedule.
Even at home, the Saints, the Buccaneers,
Dude.
3 division rivals.
But we also
and then you have
Bengals, Chiefs, Ravens, and then like
Eagles.
oh my god,
That's 4 out of 17 games,
Max
Riley.
Max
Hey, no,
Crosby or
that
Miles
Eagles
Garrett.
game might be embarrassing, bro.
Dude, it's going to be like
This be like Riley's hell. I want them to like put it back to back. Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley.
Max Crosby or Miles Garrett, please save us. Max Crosby or Miles Garrett, please save us. Like,
Dude, back to back. Imagine having to do Barkley, bye week, come back to Derrick Henry.
listen, guys, if the defense, if they're like, yeah, we like the run defense, bro, I'm killing Brandon Bean. Like, I'm gonna be on the news. It's not gonna be for anything good. Like,
Dude, wait, I'm trying. I can skip worse. Okay, this is like
Just shut the
Riley's
fuck up.
hell. No, please.
okay, fine.
This is Riley's hell right here. Derrick Henry, and then Saquon Barkley, and then Bijan Robinson.
Whatever.
then
Falcons are a
Joe
joke.
Mixon.
And then
Yeah.
for one game, we give them Gibbs.
And then he's just trade for a week.
Brother, please, like, just you know what? Give us all the teams with good running backs. Watch Josh Allen ball out with no James Cook because he ain't gonna be on this team either next year. Like,
Bro, did you guys, Gus, did you see what James Cook did?
I hate him.
What?
I love James Cook, but like, I hate players that are divas. Don't be a diva. Like,
What did he do?
he
All right,
fucking
can I?
yeah, go for it. Like,
I'm sorry, Riley.
no, go ahead. Just thinking about
so-
him pisses me off.
Okay, so just to give context on this, because this is how I first found out about this a few months ago with Riley. James Cook was going crazy. I think it was against the Ravens or the Broncos, and his brother Delvin Cook tweeted out, "Pay him $20 million a year"
Yeah.
during the game. And I told Riley about it, and Riley was like, "God, Delvin Cook, shut the fuck up. We can't afford that."
I don't like Dalvin Cook even to begin with. He's been washed for like a long time.
Yeah. So I'm like, I doubt. And this is why I remember this part, because at the end I'm like, dude, I doubt he would ever ask for that much.
Yeah, he didn't ask for that much,
About
but
2 weeks ago, he unfollowed the Bills on everything,
Oh no.
and then said, I think he either liked the post, retweeted a post, or just liked
No.
the post.
he posted it.
He posted it saying, "Pay me $15 million a year,"
15 million a year for 4 years. Bro,
and then. And then someone else tweeted this, and then he like reposted it with like facts when someone said just give him the 15 mil.
like, okay, I want to say this, right? And then he unfollowed everyone at the Bills. He changed his profile picture. Apparently, he was like removing pictures from the Bills as well on his like Insta.
I never
Old
took him.
behavior.
I never took him
Yeah,
for a diva.
me
'Cause
neither.
Every time I see interviews of him, every time you talk about him, Riley, he sounds so wholesome.
he's a
and shit.
chill dude. Like, and that's the thing. I like James Cook even after this. If he is not on the team next year, I will still like him, and I wish him well, whatever happens to him. But
Yeah.
I posted on Twitter. I didn't know you could join like communities or whatever it's called. So I joined the Bills Twitter community. And I posted that I thought that James Cook was worth the $15 million a year. I just have, concerns about the cap.
I don't know how to edit. I don't know how to edit. This is Riley right now looking at the James Cook poster.
I have to look at it. Hold on.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, no, that was definitely me when after all this.
As soon as that Adam Schefter tweet comes out for the trade, that final frame is kicking in.
And you know what I posted on Twitter. I thought James Cook was worth $15 million a year. I understand the salary cap concerns, but I think he's worth it. That post like went like on the Bills. I don't even know how many likes that got or like comments it got. I got absolutely flamed by so many people on Bills Twitter saying,
Bro.
"Yeah, he's worth it, but like we don't need like." I gotta fucking read some of these comments.
You guys don't need James Cook behind your O line.
85 comments. Holy shit! People were bookmarking it. I'm like, you gotta be shitting me. And
damn, that's my record.
Oh, wait a second. I know you're gonna continue, but it's like, yes, you might not need James Cook in particular, but you kind of want to keep the wins coming, so you need at least a good RB, huh?
yeah, and we have good like running backs. People are like, oh yeah, we don't need him. We have good running backs. Our O line's too good. Like just I don't know. Like we have good running backs other than James Cook, but we need like an elite running back, to like exemplify the offense. James Cook is an elite running back. So, yeah, and he's probably like 5. But like, so I want him on the team. Do I want to pay him $15 million a year? No, especially after all the diva behavior. I don't care. Like and I think a lot of Bills fans also are like when all this happened, I could tell everybody got Stephon Diggs Vietnam flashbacks.
Yeah.
Because
if he doesn't get traded, so he's now a diva all year.
Yeah, people were pissed. So honestly, and I saw people saying, hey, like the really big Bills fans accounts were like, hey, like, or people who work for like Bills related media were like, hey guys, like, I understand the concern. Either way, like either is bad. Either we pay him and we are in cap hell for the rest of my life, or we don't pay him and we don't have like we have all of our running backs. Ty Johnson, if we re-sign him, because he was only on a 1-year deal, and Ray Davis. Ray Davis is a rookie. That was his rookie year. Ray Davis was awesome. Ray Davis balled out when James Cook got hurt for like 2 games.
Yeah, but he hasn't earned that starting role yet.
No, absolutely not. But if we trade James Cook, I would prefer he be the starter and Ty Johnson continue at RB2. So
yeah, you get your power back and your speedy back.
Yeah, and call up Frank Gore Jr., give him the reps in the preseason, and then see what happens, and he could be RB3 if he earns it. If he doesn't earn it, okay, give it to some Joe Schmo, whatever. So, like, either we don't have an elite running back, but we'll have 2 good running backs.
Yeah, not to mention, any good O-line can make a good running back look like an elite running back.
Yeah, and we have a great O-line. And we signed Alec Anderson to an extension, so he's staying with the team, and he's good. And he's on O-line. And so this is like nothing ever happens because either we keep James Cook and like, okay, it's fine, or we go back to having a horrible... Last year, James Cook started popping off like midway through the season. And then this year, 2024 season, he was great all year. But other than those 1.5, arguably 2 years, like the Bills had no good run game other than Josh Allen's legs. So so nothing ever happens. Either we keep James Cook or we go back to having a horrible run game.
And
So-
the problem with Josh Allen being your running leader is that opens him up for injury.
And yeah, the man, he broke he broke both hands at 2 separate points in the season.
And the way I'm looking at it too, by the way, like if Josh Allen is going to have to run a lot, I'm very concerned with that injury thing.
Yeah, he's 28.
Like, yeah, not just that, but like looking at the teams you're versing, the Bucks, the Chiefs, the Ravens, teams that love to blitz.
Yeah, so you know,
Steelers, my God, they only know how to blitz. They don't know they don't know anything else.
the best case scenario, which I'm sure won't happen knowing our luck, is that James Cook is just bullshitting. And because this actually happened where Deion Dawkins, who is our left tackle, he, as a joke, was like, this is true. Last season they signed him to a 2-year extension, but as a joke, he was saying like, oh, he was going to walk and like retire, and people were like, man, like why would he like go to free agency like when he can just stay here? Like he loves Buffalo. And everybody was like, man, I can't believe Deion would do that. And then he posted on his story right when the extension was announced, I'm just kidding. Like I would love if James Cook could be that funny and do something like that. Like,
You got jokes right, James?
because unfortunately, I don't think that will happen. But
Dude,
just, man, like, just, there has to be some kind of compromise where we can give him like 10 or 12 a year, you know?
The way you could do it is, and this is what like they do for a lot of players that ask for money, and they're in cap hell.
Yeah.
Is they'll do it instead of a per year salary, they'll do a guarantee salary, and
Right.
that like it's 50 million guarantee. They'll get 5 million year 1, 10 million year 2, 20 year 3, and like that.
Yeah, I saw that too. I mean, like, you know, whatever. But if he's not on the team, trade him to the Browns. I want him to be miserable. Like, that's
You know why that's even more miserable? Because he
Why?
has to verse the Steelers and Ravens. He's not putting up any points.
good. Like, I even saw people in my comments saying, well, you don't know if James Cook is going to be good next year. My brother in Christ. Yeah, he
People
will.
will just
He's
bitch.
25.
Yeah.
Mahomes.
Mahomes. That's a little Mahomey. But yeah, so I mean that's the James Cook situation. The next podcast we do there will be a resolution, I imagine. I'm gonna be honest though, I'd rather have Mac Hollins and Khalil Shakir than James Cook. Like, even though James Cook is one of my favorite players on the Bills, just because it is right above me, and I love Mac Hollins. Eunice apparently thinks I don't, but I've talked so much.
that you hate on the fucking Bills, the receiving room, Samuel?
Curtis Samuel.
That's the one you hate.
Yeah, I love Mac Hollins. I've tried to get his attention on TikTok. He didn't respond.
Dude, I got attention from a Ravens player, and it made me really happy.
That's awesome.
I was gonna talk about it during this because it happened a few days ago, and I wanted to save it.
Talk about it.
Charlie Kohler, the backup tight end who had that like explosive play against the Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
I got his attention because he tweeted out like he wanted some like book recommendations, and
Uh-huh.
I recommended one, and he replied to me. He's like, "Oh, that sounds interesting. Tell me more about it in DMs."
Wow. Did he respond or did he look at your DMs?
Yes,
That's awesome. That is pretty cool.
he's so happy because I really like him too. He's that tight end that had that popular clip. Like, yeah, everyone's so worried about Mark Andrews and Isaiah Likely, they forget about the fat white guy.
Mhm. That's funny.
You know what else is funny?
What?
The other guy Eunice likes.
Justin Tucker. Right. 16
Again.
allegations across 8 different spas.
17.
Oh, 17 allegations across 8 different spots.
17.
Oh, he memorized it.
That is,
Of course it is.
yeah, of course he knows. He's looking at it like that meme that he sent.
Dude, I'm telling you, you know how like people right now are freaking out because like ASAP Rocky got proved innocent and like or got like cleared in court.
Oh, did he? I didn't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna be if the Justin Tucker is innocent. Just like, and you can tell everybody.
Hey, Eunice, I'm gonna keep it a stack.
Bro, you got a lot of faith, Eunice.
He's cooked. Like,
I know.
yeah, but
God, you couldn't wait until after you got inducted into the Hall of Fame, you fucker.
yeah, like Brett
Do
Favre,
what OJ
just like,
did.
yeah, fuck me, man. Hey, innocent. Found not guilty.
Bullshit.
Found not guilty.
I'm pulling up the podcast.
Oh, brother. Oh, go back to the podcast. One day you're gonna look and it's gonna be delisted. Only for me to re-upload it on here because that's
I'll
my
download it,
magnum
dude.
opus.
I'll download it. I still have to give Gus us that card, that signed Patriots card.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Same. It's just in my car still.
That's so funny.
I don't even remember who it is anymore. I haven't looked at it in months. It was like I think it was like a tackle or something. He was a rookie last year.
Mm.
I
Well,
guess if he's part
Gus,
of that, if he's part of that O line, Gus
yeah.
doesn't like him.
I was gonna say, if he's part of the O line, maybe you shouldn't give it to him. It just ends up in the garbage.
He makes like one of those like those creepy ass shrines for it with like the you prick the doll.
Oh my god, a fucking
I
voodoo
don't know what they're
doll.
called.
Yeah.
Voodoo doll. Thank you.
Oh,
I
that's.
still have to give Riley the OJ Simpson card I got.
Oh, I didn't know you were gonna give it to me.
What am I gonna do with it?
Well, I'll keep it. I'm building a collection. I got a Josh Allen card.
Dude, what I wanted to tell
Actually, I
you
have
was
two.
with that whole James Cook thing with that poster.
Uh-huh.
Dude, that's why I was so nervous to get my first thing signed and like to hang it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I got but when I got my Justice Hill jersey and I hung it up and I saw the extension for 3 years, I was so relieved.
Bro, I need something that's signed by Josh Allen, but it costs like an arm and a leg. So I'll wait for him to have a bad year or something.
You think it matters? It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
His
no,
name's already there.
I know
His name's
I'm cooked. It's funny because Claire was like, "Oh, I want to buy you something like maybe one day let's like Josh Allen sign." I'm like, "My brother in Christ, there is no way that is happening." Like those cost hundreds of dollars for just like something that's like Josh Allen signed piece of a napkin that he used one time. It's like $1,000.
Ball sack hairs.
Josh Allen signed jersey. I just looked it up just to like fact check this. $1,000 from like
Oh,
the
that's weird.
NFL store. I mean, which they're price gouging you, but like still, like
I mean, there is this.
Josh Allen
Hold on, let me
signed
just-
card $250 or $279. I saw
Josh Allen.
like the
Brandon
laser
and-
engraved thing. There-
No, not that one.
Oh, where's my phone at?
It's the, I'm putting it into yelling hour.
I'm looking at it right now. from Mercari. I haven't looked at what it is
Yeah.
yet though.
As you stare at your wallet.
It says something went wrong. I can't see what it is.
Oh, it's a signed card.
Oh, it's
for
a card.
Like $90.
But like, I don't know. Looks from Mercari, it's like you're bound to get scammed, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, but
Josh Allen autograph. Oh, his rookie card. $150 on eBay.
you got to it'll be a cold day in hell before there's a Buffalo Bills store that sells random autographed merch, but it's like a mystery box and you could get either someone on the practice squad or Josh Allen. Now in my luck,
100% always going to be someone
yeah,
on the practice.
no, in my luck it'll be like a player on the roster, but it's Tyler Bass. But yeah, so no, I'd be
All right.
happy with Tyler Bass.
So now I would like
Shit,
to
I
bring
would.
up a different discussion topic.
Go ahead. That'll probably be the last one of the episode.
Okay. What I wanted to talk about was the big five for the free agency and like predictions.
Okay.
Where obviously we know the first one, T.
Miles Garrett.
Higgins.
Okay, yeah. T. Higgins. But I think he'll stay
From
on
a
the Bengals.
free
Most
agency.
Oh, yeah, free agency. Okay. T.
I
Higgins.
think I think he's not staying. I think he's going to a team that's going to overpay him, not the Patriots. I genuinely believe this in my heart. The Chargers.
No, I think he's staying. I've been saying this the whole season. I think he's staying.
All right. The next big dog, Chris Godwin.
I think they'll. How much cap does the Bucks have?
The Buccaneers?
Or
I
like
think they have the website open. They have, oh fuck me, they got nothing. They got 9 million.
I was gonna say they'll find a way to pay him, but I guess not.
Right now he's making 20 million. So that's gonna go up.
Oof. Okay, yeah. Well, I guess the cap's going up by 25 mil, but they can't only just pay him. So
Yeah.
um
So
28.
he's someone I think can go to a team in desperate need of a wide receiver one.
What's that
And
40 time looking like?
For Chris Godwin?
Chris Godwin 4.42, but he's 28.
Yeah. Honestly,
No.
I could see him going to like the Broncos. Like play style and everything, because he's a deep threat, which apparently is Bo Nix's favorite target.
Someone on r/Patriots, when I looked up Chris Godwin's name, this popped up under recommended. Someone on r/Patriots posted a meme of Bill Belichick, and the caption is "We're on to Chris Godwin." Like
All right.
they're moving on from T. Higgins to him as their number one.
The next big dog. Coming in at 27 years old from the Minnesota Vikings, cornerback Brian Murphy.
Corner 3.
Corner 3. You know what? Cornerback. The Vikings can they repay him?
The Vikings? I believe they can.
Oh, they
Vikings-
probably
they got money. They got 63.
they have a good defense, but they need like improvements. I think unless they can get an upgrade, which I'm sure they can, they'll probably just keep him. 63, yeah, and that's gonna go up by 25 mil. About.
A boot.
All right. Where was he?
That's my prediction.
All right. Next big dog. Inside defensive lineman from the Bengals.
Bills.
B.J. Hill.
Bills.
Can you afford him? He's currently getting paid $12 million.
He could take a pay cut. Well, we'll find something wrong with him where he'll take a pay cut.
Hey, he could keep eating shrimps with wimps, or he could eat lobster with
Yeah,
him.
exactly. How's his home life? Let's start with that. How's your home life?
Send the house.
Yeah, I'll send that. At first I didn't get it, but that's funny. It's like, hey, when you call his mom, she's like, I want to go to Buffalo.
All right. The last one, in my personal opinion, as a dark horse.
Okay.
Safety from the Kansas City Chiefs, Justin Reed.
How old is he? Let me look it up.
28.
Oof.
Here's an honorable mention I'm going to bring up next. I really like this guy. Continue.
Here's the thing, like, so what
Cap space for the Chiefs?
can the Chiefs
They got 8 million.
so my answer is the answer is no.
You guys say, can they afford him?
No. Can they afford him and everything else they need to fix? The answer is no.
Fuck no.
So, okay. I'm gonna say Titans. Just
You
cause.
think he's going to upgrade?
They might be or Pats. I mean, he's good though, right? I think Justin Reed's good.
He's very good.
I know they have Gonzalez, but he's not a corner. Or
I know Dolphins would love him.
yeah,
Because they need
they
a
would
DB.
like him. So literally any kind of team that's willing to give up stuff, Chiefs would love stuff.
My honorable mention, because this guy's so underrated and he's so good. I don't know why no one fucking talks about him. From the New Orleans Saints at age 26, Chase Young, edge.
Okay, I've heard of him before. Yeah, Chase Young.
Currently making 14 million a year.
I think you sprained your toe last week, so you're taking a $10 million pay cut. Welcome to the Bills.
Dude, no way. There's no way. Hold on. I'm sorry. This shit's fucking hilarious from my point of view.
You came in at 1 pound overweight. You are gonna be a Buffalo Bill.
Hold up. I'm sorry. Discord fucking shat the bed. So Eunice said something. It fucking... Everyone went quiet. I'm like, man, this shit's fucking amazing. Discord shat itself again. And all of a sudden, Riley comes in. You're going to have to cut off your toe?
No, I said he sprained his toe.
Yeah, he sprained his toe.
Sprains his toe. So you're going to be taking a $10 million pay cut. Welcome to the Bills.
I didn't even know this. Overthecap.com has a valuation tab to see if you're playing as well as you're making.
I used that for James Cook to figure out how much we should pay him.
Yeah, he's over. No, he's over the 14 million.
Yeah, well, fuck him.
I honestly think an edge like that, call me crazy, Falcons. They need that. They need that guy at defensive end.
That is true.
They can pay him.
Yeah.
Or, honestly, the Chargers too. They need that last piece for their D line.
That too. Fuck it. Or if you want to sign with Satan, you can go to the Chiefs.
Do they need it?
No, not at all. I don't think so.
Is there anyone else I want to mention that I think is like incredibly noteworthy? Because Marquise Brown, I don't give a fuck about him.
Me neither.
Justin Simmons, who cares? I know Josh Allen went out of his way for, out of all people, Marquise Brown.
Okay, respectfully, and Josh, cover your ears. I don't give a fuck what Josh Allen wants. Okay, here's exactly what I want: a wide receiver who can get separation.
A wide receiver that can get separation. I can actually, no joke, tell you who is like one of the best guys.
Respectfully, right? And you can clip this if you want. Cancel me. I don't care. If it could literally be like, it could be an OJ Simpson level, Justin Tucker, Deshaun Watson, crackhead. Like I do not give one singular fuck.
Okay.
Who the wide receiver is in terms of his character. If he can get separation, the Bills rank all of their we are bottom 3. Let me repeat that. We are bottom 3 in wide receiver separation in the whole NFL. All of our wide receivers.
In that case, you guys should probably try to target Darius Slayton. He's 28, plays really fucking good, gets really good separation, and he's only making about $6 million a year, and he's going to be a free agent.
Like, and he doesn't have to move very far. So
it's right down the block.
Yeah. So literally any wide receiver who can get separation, welcome aboard. Okay.
Darius Slayton is so good. Like, he's unironically like a dream pick for me for the Ravens.
You could be a crackhead, you could be a drug dealer, you could be a serial killer. If you're getting separation, I am going to Harvard myself. I'm going to become a lawyer. I'm going to be on your legal defense. That is how bad we need a wide receiver with separation.
What I wanted to add, Darius Slayton currently is making $6.2 million a year. His valuation score is roughly $10 million. And that was it's only that low because he missed 2 weeks from an injury Before that, he was averaging around 17 to 20 million.
If we have a first round pick and it doesn't get traded, I want whatever wide receiver runs the fastest 40 time at the combine. Okay.
Has John.
He could
Round 4.
he could have sticks of butter for fingers. We will find a way to make it work.
Hez Johnson ran a 40 in a 4.25. And he's really good.
Fuck the Bo
want
Nix to
him.
Tez Johnson connection.
I want him. Fuck off.
I want you fuck off.
I
you
want
don't
him
need
or
him.
Isaiah Bond. If we get Isaiah Bond, you can have him.
We're taking both. No, it's okay. It's okay. We're not gonna have a first round pick. It's either going to the Las Vegas Raiders or the Cleveland Browns. Preferably the Browns, just to fuck you over.
Hope you guys trade with the Chiefs again.
I would rather cut my own toe off than have to watch, like,
Yeah, it seems like you do a lot and let a lot happen to see your team succeed.
oh, brother. You know what? I gave up 2 years of my life, okay? I had cancer twice, okay? I was the sacrificial lamb to this team, right? All the negative energy. And it's like, all right, guys. And they got me 1 AFC championship. Let's give me 1 Super Bowl, and then I don't care what happens.
Dude, I hope you guys can come over to my house. Sorry. I hope you guys can come over to my house for the draft, because if for the 3rd year the Bills
It's not happening.
trade to the Chiefs.
No, we're keeping.
I don't know
Listen,
what
Myles
Kelly's
Garrett.
gonna do. Dude, also I just want to add one more thing. For the draft day, if you guys can come to my house, would you just want to do first round, or do you also want round 2, 3 at my place?
First round. I'm assuming that's all I would be able to stay for, if I can even make it. I'm not sure my schedule yet. Gus, I know we're seeing ACDC April 30th.
Yup.
The 24th and 25th and 26th. 26th, I will not be able to watch it with you guys. I will be at my graduation ceremony.
Wow.
But I'm gonna be busy graduating.
Yeah, just a small flex.
He's like,
I'm gonna
nah.
be making something out of my life.
Wow. Damn. Well, fuck me, I guess. But
Right.
I think we should wrap it up just because
Yep.
getting late.
Just 'cause.
I don't know any more topics. But
Talking ball.
Eunice, is there anything you want to say to the? Is there anything anyone wants to say before we sign off? Because we're like I said before, we're probably not going to do an episode for another till after the draft.
Yeah.
Yes, I would like to say something. And Riley, you're gonna kill yourself.
All right.
We just found out why the salary cap went up.
It's because the Super Bowl was the most watched Super Bowl in NFL history.
No, that's not. You guys ready?
What, Chiefs
Sure.
fans?
Taylor Swift has donated $1 billion to the league.
That where'd you find that on ML football or some
Thank
shit?
you, Tay Tay.
Let's see.
Slay, dude. Slay.
Via
No.
Sports Illustrated. Via Sports Illustrated.
What is she?
Yeah,
She's a minority owner now of the league.
Here we go.
She's like, oh, she already owns Travis. She's trying to get them financially involved so that she can be like,
That's
okay,
so
next time let
funny.
them win the Super Bowl.
That's so fucking funny, because now I can see the Chiefs fans now. The Bills, free agency, they get someone huge that builds them. Like, don't forget to thank Taylor.
Hey, you know what? They'd be right too.
Yeah,
That's
actually.
true.
Like, oh, she had to give you this. Tell her thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Taylor, our NFL overlord.
Her and Brady, bro, they secretly fuck.
Eunice, I do not know where you are finding that information from. I know you said via Sports Illustrated. What?
Sports Illustrated.
If
Okay.
you say it again, we'll understand it the next time.
I understand it the first time. I'm just saying. All right.
All right.
Anyway,
Riley, do you not know what Sports Illustrated is?
bro, your ass is grass.
Promise.
Yeah, of course.
All right.
All right.
All right.
That's so fucking funny because I was literally like, oh, I quickly like was like looking at Sports Illustrated for any sports news because you asked me anything else. He was like, fuck, anything else, anything else, anything else.
I have one more thing to say.
Yes, Dejan, go ahead.
Lions are Super Bowl bound next season.
Yeah.
I
That's
believe
it.
it.
I'm just saying, I look on Instagram, a lot of people are like, all right, Lions are back to the same mode. Fucking how? I understand Hutchinson might not be the same. We'll see how he plays next season, but it's like, yes, we lost our fucking offensive coordinator. Yes, we lost our defensive coordinator. Yes, we lost our. I forgot who else we lost. We have a lot of new, people got promoted. New coaches came in. We'll see. You know, I don't think the team will shit the fucking bed. Campbell is still in charge. So we'll just see. We have too many good key players for us to literally fall apart.
Washed.
Yeah, wash. No, I'm just kidding,
Unless
Deshaun.
unless we have enough injuries to pull out the fourth strings again. But I don't see that happening. I'm praying.
Yeah, you're
Please.
washed, kid.
As soon as the season starts, the very first injury, doesn't matter what week it is, DJ's falling to his knees in an Aldi. It could be week 18 to hit their first injuries, like it begins.
I'm going to throw a brick through your window and then get shot by your grandfather.
I'll shoot you. What the fuck?
No, you're a puss.
Bitch.
I'll rape you like that Baki character did Trump and Elon.
Okay. Gus, do you have any final thoughts?
His name is Yujiro?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
That you want to share?
Mind your business, bro. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Okay. Well, that's it for us for a bit.
We'll be back.
We'll be back, especially next season. But you'll see us over the summer.
We'll be so back in the.
Oh yeah.
You guys will see us minimum after the draft. Ooh! Wait, Riley, just so I can know.
Okay, wait.
End it.
What? Okay.
Wait.
Okay, Sean, go ahead.
Sometime after the draft could happen 2 years from now. I'm just saying, any point after the draft, you will see us again.
Yeah. All right. Go Bills. We'll catch you guys next time. Peace.